Agnes, it's been a beautiful day, and I think we probably should start thinking about what we're going to do this summer, on our vacation. It would be kind of nice to, just to stay around the house, and work in the garden, perhaps.
I don't think I want to stay around the yard all summer long. I want to go to the mountains. I'm going to go to the mountains, and you're going to drive me there, and we're all going to have a good time.
Well, I don't know about that. What do you mean we're going to go to the mountains? I'm going to send you to the mountains here pretty soon. How about, would you like to go to the moon, Agnes? I don't think I want to go to the mountains. We're going to stick around here and do some work in the garden and get the yard fixed up for a change.
Going to go to the mountains. You can stay here if you want to. You stick in the mud and stick yourself in the garden if you want to. But I'm going to go to the mountains.
Agnes, you are the limit. Listen, how would you like to go to the moon? You might just as well get used to it because I'm the boss in this family and I'm telling you that we're going to stay home and work around the yard. Get that straight.
Send me to the moon.
Car, it's kind of burning up. The motor's getting bad. The tires are seeing better days. And I'm just not going to take a chance on taking that old bus out and getting into an accident, getting stranded.
The car's not in good shape. It's twice as good a shape as you are. Of course, that doesn't say much for the car, John.
Hey, I just don't think we have to talk about it anymore because my mind's made up. Don't try to convince me with facts. My head's made up, sister.
Why can't we get on a little bit better like the Smiths up the street? They don't have any problems. Mrs. Smith always goes with Mr. Smith when they go on walks. I think it's so lovely. And you're such an old grouch. Oh, Agnes and John, if you'd only try to get along a little bit better. Why can't you get along like the Smiths up the street like Agnes says? You're not trying to get along very well. Now, I want to be absolutely unbiased. I don't want to take any sides in this discussion at all. So help my shawl. I don't want to take any sides. But John, Agnes is right. She's right. She's absolutely right. Now, I'm unbiased. I don't want to take any sides, you understand. But isn't it true, John? Isn't it just true that Agnes deserves to go out in the country and out in the mountains and see a little scenery once in a while? Think about it. You two ought to get along. Both of you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Shouldn't he, Agnes?
Mother, could we borrow $500 to help us go on our vacation?
I'm not taking sides. Just because I'm Agnes's mother doesn't mean that I'm not a mother to you, John. Now, John, you realize you're wrong. There's no sense in keeping Agnes in the garden all summer long. What do you think she is? Some kind of a mushroom or a worm or something? She belongs out in the highway. Yes, the highway. Isn't that right, Agnes?
Thanks, Mother. I knew I could rely on you. John is such a dope.
John, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Cooping poor Agnes, my lovely daughter, up in this old house all summer long after she slaves so long in the dishwater and does your wash and makes the beds and mows the lawn, gets the groceries, and she has these 3-4 jobs she's working at too. And what are you doing? I see. You've got some television programs, huh? that you watch all the time. Oh yeah, and you gotta go to the races, and the Twins game, and the Vikings game, and the hockey game, and the bowling. Well, that would kind of prevent you from doing a good job, you know, from working. But really, I just don't think it's fair. Not really fair at all. Now you two try to get along. That's a good girl. Good boy.
Of the family here, I kind of think you kids should get along and shouldn't fight all the time. I think your mother's doing a pretty good job there, Agnes, and I kind of think that everything's under control. Sure, my memory's getting kind of bad, and my mind's getting kind of wrinkled, but after all, I got what have I got? Anyway, whatever it is I got, I think you should kind of cooperate. Cooperate? Get along with each other there. And John, I think actually John is in the right by wanting to work in the garden, because there's a lot of grubworms and they're grubbing around all the time. And you know, when those things grub, they can just tear up the dandelions. Something terrible. Terrible. As Richard Nixon once said, I want to make this thing perfectly clear. Without a doubt, John is right. I don't care what your mother says. I'm the grandpa in this family, and I'm speaking from experience. And I say that John should stay at home and work in the garden. Ain't that right? He should stay home and work in the garden.
Whose son?
John should work in the garden.
You're not wanting those crazy...
Don't you think, Bradley, that John should stay home and work in the garden instead of Agnes going to the mountains? They don't belong in the mountains. They're not mountain goats. Who do you think they are?
Snowball.
I don't care what you say. We're gonna be one happy family. We're gonna be one happy family here if I have to give everybody a black eye. Understand? Take it from Grandpa. Gonna stay home and have a good time, even if I break every bone in your bodies. Get that straight. So let's be peaceful. Have a peaceful evening now and try to get along like I get along with everybody, I think. Let me see that dog. Bring that dog over here.
Snowball.
Bring our pet dog over here. I want to see that dog. Bring him over here. Give me that dog. Bring that dog over here. Gonna take that dog to the mountain. Here, let me see that leash. I want to hold that dog up here. Come here, Snowball. Nice dog. What a cute little puppy. This is our puppy. It's called Snowball. Take a look in there. That's a nice puppy. And a nice puppy. Ooh! Hold on. Take this. You want to go to the mountains? You can stay home with this little puppy here and have a good time with this little puppy. This is Snowball. Don't lick me. You think I'm a lollipop? Cut it out. I'm not a lollipop. You get hair all over my new shirt. This is my new farm shirt for working in a garden. Like John likes to work in the garden.
Who's John?
John, here, take him back. Ooh.